Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Teaching Learning with Purnima once again. And today we will learn the chapter The Midnight Visitor, written by Robert Arthur. First of all, let me tell you some important points about this lesson. The chapter The Midnight Visitor, which is written by Robert Arthur, is a short story. And this story is beautifully embedded with mystery, suspense, wit, and humor due to the protagonist, Mr. Ausable. Mr. Ausable is a witty, clever, and smart secret agent, though he doesn't appear to be a good secret agent because he looked fat and lazy. According to Fowler, he doesn't fit to be a secret agent. This story tells us that intelligence, cool attitude, and presence of mind can help us come out of even the trickiest of situations, even the most difficult situations of life. If we use our smartness, cleverness, cool attitude, calmness, presence of mind, we can solve the most difficult problems and we can come out of the most difficult situations of life. This story, as I told you earlier, is a beautiful blend of wit, humor, interest, suspense. This is due to the smartness of Ausable. Comparison of Ausable with other fictional secret agents by Fowler and foolish behavior of Max make this story humorous. And it eventually turns out to be a hilarious story because smartness of Ausable fools Max. Now let me tell you the detailed summary of the chapter. This story begins with Mr. Fowler meeting Mr. Ausable. Mr. Fowler is a reporter, a writer. He is young. He writes romantic thrillers. That is why he wanted to meet Mr. Ausable, who is a secret agent. He actually wanted to know what type of person a secret agent is, what type of life he lives, what type of challenges he faces in his life. But when he met Mr. Ausable, he was disappointed because he found Mr. Ausable fat, very fat, and inactive. He felt that he is unfit to be a secret agent because, as per his own information, based on romantic novels, based on movies, the secret agent has to be very active, very agile, running here and there using pistols, surrounded by beautiful ladies. But this secret agent was fat and he was staying secretly in a small dark room of a French hotel. He also came to know that he was going to receive a report about a missile. As they entered the room of hotel, another agent, Max, was waiting there for them, and Max was having a gun pointed at Mr. Ausable. It was very clear that he meant harm to Ausable. Max pointed the gun at Mr. Ausable and demanded the report on missile. He knew that the report was going to arrive and he expected that the report must be with Mr. Ausable. So he threatened him if his request was denied, if the report was not given to him, he would harm him. He would kill him. Ausable instantly created a story. He may be inactive with his body, but he was very active with his mind. That is why he created a story instantly that the thieves keep entering his room through a balcony. which was attached to the room which was next to his own room. He was very angry with the management, saying that he had already complained about the balcony. Last time also, a thief entered his room through the balcony, and that is why he complained. But the management hadn't done anything. He has asked the management to block the balcony, but they didn't do anything. That is why he was very angry. Indirectly, he was telling Max that there is a balcony and he has entered through that balcony. But Max had not entered through the balcony. He had entered the room using a pass key, using a duplicate key. Hearing the word balcony, Max was a little confused. He seemed to be suspicious also. He thought if there had been a balcony, he would have not taken the trouble of using and getting duplicate key. He would have easily climbed into the room through balcony. Seeing this confusion, Ausable described the balcony so very well, so minutely, that Max had to believe the story of balcony. He described that his room is part of a large unit, and next room had the balcony, and people use the balcony to enter his room. After this description, Max believed the story of balcony. After some time, there was a knock at the door. Now Ausable created another story. He told Max that there was police waiting. He himself had called the police for the security of the report. The reports on missile was an important document and it had to be secured. And that is why he called police for the safety of the reports. Now Max got frightened. He didn't understand what to do. He wanted to hide till the police came, police ensures the document, and police left the room. And that is why he planned to hide in the balcony till the time police was there in the room, and he will re-enter into the room when the police left the room. So Max jumped down on the balcony to escape the police. He planned that he would stay in the balcony till police was there in the room. And after that, he would again enter into the room to take the report. But no balcony was there. So he fell down from 6th floor on the road, ground floor. And he uttered a loud, painful cry. Probably he died. Ausable opened the door. Who was there at the door? Henry. Henry was the waiter of the hotel. Ausable himself called him. He had ordered drinks for his guest, Mr. Fowler, and he knew that Henry would be there. He was expecting him. He knew police was not there. He knew Henry was there, waiting with the drinks. And this false story about the police was one of his smart moves to get rid of Max. Now let me tell you briefly about the three main characters, Ausable, Fowler, and Max. Ausable, as I have already told you, was a secret agent. Though he was fat and seemed to be inactive, but mentally he was very agile, very active, smart, and quick-witted. He could use his wit even in the difficult situations. He spoke in American accent. This American accent he brought from Boston, where he lived 20 years. He could also speak French and German to good extent. Fowler was a young and romantic writer. He wrote romantic thrillers. He wanted to meet Ausable for his next romantic thriller. He wanted to take his interview, understand his work, his life, also know his adventures as detective so that he can write his next thriller. Max was another secret agent like Ausable. But unlike Ausable, he was vulnerable. He easily fell into the trap of Ausable. He became frightened easily. Though he was very smart, clever, and his face also resembled the pointed countenance of Fox, pointed face of Fox. It tells that he was very crafty, clever. He was thin. He was less tall. He came to meet Ausable to take the report on missile. But he fell into the trap of Ausable and he could not get that report. He died. Now let us quickly discuss the key elements of the story. First of all, the message. The story teaches us the message of being calm and using our presence of mind when we are caught in a grave problem, serious problem. It teaches us to maintain patience, calmness, and composed nature so that we can face the adverse times and we can come out of them, so that we can solve the problems of our life. The way Ausable has used his presence of mind and composed nature to get rid of Max. One of the most interesting elements, one of the most important elements of a story is interest. And this is an interesting story through and through, from the first scene to the last scene. If we talk about smart moves of Ausable, they keep us glued. The creation of his stories, it maintained suspense. We always waited what is going to happen now, how Max will be befooled. The way Ausable was compared with detectives mentioned in fictions and movies. Foolishness of Max, disappointment of Max, the way he was confused, the way he was fooled by Ausable. All these things also maintain humor, and eventually all these things make the story an interesting and hilarious story. Now let us discuss the most important element of the story, and this is the element of balcony. As I already told you that Ausable created this balcony using his imagination, using his alert mind. Balcony wasn't there, but he described it so authentically, so minutely that Max believed it. He showed authentic irritation on his face, disappointment and anger on his face when he described the balcony. He said that last month somebody entered his room through the balcony and management hadn't done anything. He explained that balcony belonged to the next apartment and his room used to be the part of that large unit, and balcony was there in the next room. The next room used to be the living room and it had balcony. It extends under his window. And he also told that someone can get into it from the empty room 2 doors down, because that room 2 doors down is empty room, nobody lives there, and that is why any thief could use that room and climb onto the balcony, and through that balcony somebody can come into his room also. Ausable requested the management to block the balcony, but they haven't done it. That is why he expressed his anger, irritation, and that anger and irritation was so authentic that Max believed this story of balcony, which was never there. I hope you have understood the chapter. If you have any doubts, you can write in the comment box. Thank you. Keep learning with me. Keep watching my channel. If you like my videos, subscribe my channel. Thank you. Bye bye. All the best.